If you're having a hard time developing your deeper understandings from your patterns for structure, then watch this video and learn. Some of you have already heard me talk about my rainbow analogy. You want to go from your patterns over here in this cloud to, across the rainbow, your deeper understandings. And how do you do that? Anybody? You have to put on your thinking cap. Think long and hard. Hopefully you'll end up with a great idea. So here's what our thinking rainbow might look like for structure. We're going to take the pattern that we identified, think about it in the rainbow, and then end up with a deeper understanding. So this is how you do that. Let's take a look at the pattern we talked about in class. Everybody today found a pattern of anecdotes. There were at least 3 or 4 anecdotes in Chapter 1 of Outliers. And I know in one class we talked about the purpose of these anecdotes being to provide context. They gave some background, especially if you didn't really know much about hockey. The hockey stories might have helped. Another pattern purpose you might have found was that it engaged the reader, provided or evoked curiosity. Maybe it cleared up misconceptions. So you might have something a little bit different, but that's okay. Here are 3 starting lines from some of those anecdotes in Chapter 1. All right? From these patterns, we want to get to the deeper understandings. So basically, you're going to go from here. How does this passage, or all 3 of these passages, or any 1 or 2 of them, or you could also include the 4th or 5th anecdote from the chapter, how or why do those passages define or provide a definition for something about the chapter or about the text? Do you see the rainbow analogy now? How does this anecdote, or this one, or all 3, connect to a main idea of a section? How or why do these anecdotes connect or reveal the central ideas of an entire text? Last time, how or why do the details or parts of the pattern reveal, develop, connect, create, generate, any of those marker verbs, one of these 5 aspects of the text? Remember that it might not have anything to do with definitions. So if you say, well, I don't really see a connection between the anecdotes and definitions, then skip it. Go to the next one. It certainly would have something to do with main ideas of a section, central ideas of the entire text, maybe the author's bias, or the purpose behind the author's choices. The answer to this question, how or why, is what you put in your deeper understanding. I'll give one example, but you'll have to do the rest on your own. So what I found for my deeper understanding after thinking about these 2, let me show you, this one and this one, these 2 anecdotes in particular, I went through all of these 5 things, and I'm focusing on the central idea of the entire text. And I found that these 2 anecdotes help to reveal the central idea of the text. The central idea of the text is easy to find in this particular book because Gladwell pretty much tells you. On page 30, closer to the end of his chapter, he says that opportunity plays a critical role in success. And all of his examples in the chapter, including the hockey players, help to support this central idea. So my deeper understanding, if I were to ask how or why do these anecdotes help to reveal the central idea of the text, this would be my answer. Gladwell's anecdotes help to reveal the central idea of the text because they explain how Joseph and Benjamin Franklin rose from nothing and that opportunity played a critical role in their success. You will want to come up with a second, deeper understanding. You should have at least 2, at the most 3 in that box. And then from there, you'll identify your most important points and details to include in your assertion. All right, good luck.